The lines. Afternoon, everyone. We're going to call the Warrick County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Today is June 13th, 2022.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is Mary.
We have one request for an extension of surety Meyer Warrick subdivision by Meyer Stores Limited Partnership by Michael Tinsel, VP of Real Estate. We're holding 2 letters of credit for commercial entrance at $85,000 and drainage construction at $214,000 at 7 years. They're requesting 1 year at the same amount. These letters of credit expire June 27th of 2022. And the county engineer has signed off that these dollar amounts are still sufficient for construction.
They are for ordinary year, but if they don't start again before next year, I would recommend they
So, Molly, do you know why it's 7 years they've done this? Have they given you any indication whether they're gonna build or not? And if we don't extend this surety, what happens?
If we don't extend it, then we pull it, pull the letter of credit. And then it's on the county to do the construction. I don't know why we hold them. I knew back when Mrs. Rector was here, she had asked them, and they keep saying that they're coming. They just don't know the exact year. I think they're waiting on Anglo Trail to be built out a little bit more. The only other option is to vacate the plat, and then we could release the funds and
Then have to go back through the process.
Vacation home.
So up here, are you saying we can afford to do it for that amount of money if we had to
This year. But this is all private drainage inside that we're holding. We can do it, two commercial drives are easy enough, it's the drainage work. Do the field.
And I've heard that has to be raised a lot, so I was just trying to get an answer when you're gonna do something. Anyway, I guess I'll make a motion to extend the shirt.
Second.
I have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
We have a request for release of surety at commercial entrance C-21-037 at 10300 Brim Road. Andrews Fastford, Warrick Andrews, the owner, holding a letter of credit at $45,803.23, guaranteeing the entrance construction. It had 1 year and this surety expires June 28th, 2022, and the county engineer has signed off on them.
It's all done, Rob, in good shape.
Yes, everything is complete, those issues.
Make a motion to release the shirt.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
That's all I have.
Make a motion.
Yes.
Okay, next order of business, items for discussion from a grants administrator, David Minister.
Good afternoon, Debbie Bennett Steersman, County Grant Administrator. I'm coming to you this afternoon to review with you the process for applying for and distribution of the county's American Rescue funds. What I'll be discussing today are the items that were voted on by the core group to be sent to the commissioners for approval. So the core group met, they've done surveying and divided the funds in many different ways, and we've come up with distribution in 2 ways. The first would be to county departments, and we had a meeting this morning with county department heads. And the second would be competitive applications outside of county departments. So the first part I'm going to discuss is going to be the county application for county departments. And if you refer to Exhibit A and B, so the county application for county departments will open for applications on Tuesday, June 14th, which is tomorrow. And a copy of the application that they have to complete is Exhibit A. The following requirements will apply to that application. Applications will be available from June 14th on the county's website until September 2nd. There's no dollar cap on the applications. Departments can apply for more than one project. However, the core group will have the discretion of either negotiating or awarding only one application. The applications will be scored according to the scoring matrix. And if you look at Exhibit B, that's the scoring matrix that goes with the county application. Planning projects are eligible. Indiana code applies to all projects. There will be bonus points for projects with additional funds. The process will be, if you're awarded, the projects will be given an account number, a sheet for reporting, and they'll meet with me prior to starting. All claims will come through my office before they go to the auditor, and they have to be approved by my office. All bid documents, including advertisements, must be provided prior to the application award. Awards will only be made for the amount requested. If they do not spend their funds on what they asked for, then any extra funds will be deobligated and go back into the bucket for new applications. If the project goes over what they asked for, they'll be responsible for supplying the additional money to do the project. The time period for eligible project is March 3rd, 2021 until December 31st, 2024. All projects should be obligated by December 31st, 2024, and funds dispersed by December 31st, 2026. If someone is awarded and no funds have been drawn by January 1st, 2024, we'll have a status meeting to see if we need to deobligate their funding. Any unobligated funds that goes back into the bucket will cause the application process to reopen. So the core group will review applications they receive and score those out on a monthly basis. There will be recommendations made, and then I'll come back to the commissioners to see if you agree with the core group recommended. So that is the county department process. Okay, shoot. I'll call for questions.
You've done an excellent job.
Yes, sir, yes.
If not, should they vote to approve that process? Or-
I don't know if it was up for being approved before this, approve that, but some commissioners could show their consent.
I'm good with it.
Okay, so we'll move forward to the competitive process. So the competitive process will be treated with the 4 requirements of ARP funding. So it will have to follow all the federal rules and regulations. And the competitive process will be as follows. Competitive applications are being announced. They're supposed to be announced, Roger, like you sent it out today.
Send it out today to as many media contacts as I can find.
Yes. So the applications will open on the website again, just like the county ones. It'll open tomorrow, June 14th, and a copy of that application is Exhibit C. If you look through Exhibit C, it's quite a bit more detailed than what the county is. The date of applications will be from June 14th until September 2nd, and we have capped each application a maximum of $500,000. That doesn't mean you have to ask for that much, but that's the maximum amount. There's only one application per applicant. Applicants will be scored to the scoring matrix of Exhibit D that you should have. It's a bit different than what the county applications are. Planning projects are eligible. Applicants will have to require with all federal guidelines. Now, the federal guidelines and the Indiana Code guidelines have been reviewed by council. Both of the guidelines will be on the website together with the application. So if someone applies, they'll know how procurement is going to have to progress. The same with the county. They'll have to meet with me prior to starting their project. They'll be given a sheet for reporting. Claims will come through my office, and no claim will be paid without my approval. The funds will stay with the county. We won't be giving the funds to the applicant. We'll be dispersing as they give us invoices or pay estimates. So we're not giving them an amount of money, letting them spend it. Awards will only be made for the amount that's requested. If it's additional, they need additional funds because local match is one of the requirements for the competitive. They're going to have to take it out of their funding and not our funding, the county's funding. They'll have to supply all bid documents, including the advertisements, prior to application award. They'll also have to supply us with copies of checks for local match and any payments they make for local match to show their total commitment. The time period that they have eligible projects for is March 3rd, 2021 until December 31st, 2024. All projects have to be obligated the same by December 31st, 2024, and funds dispersed by December 31st, 2026. If at the end of 2023, we haven't seen any movement from them, they haven't requested any funds, we will have a meeting to decide whether to deobligate their funding. And again, if there was any obligation, on any obligated funds, we'll open the process back up. The core group will also review these applications as received on a monthly basis is what we intend, make recommendations for award, and then I'll come back to the county commissioners to ask for your approval of those applications. And I will be tracking all of this in my office, the different projects and how they're being spent and the invoices that come in. I'll have spreadsheets for each one of them before I send it to the auditor. And any questions for the application or the score sheet for that? Yeah. Yes. No, we did not cap that on the county.
Formal, we just like.
So I make a motion to approve the ARPA docs as presented.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-2.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, thank you. Glad you're here.
Huh? We were gonna be done.
All right, next order of business is the action agenda. Approval of May 23rd.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next order of business is the county administrator.
Mr. President, I'll start off as usual by pointing out to the crowd that we have our Warrick County voluntary Title VI public involvement survey in the middle of this table over here. It will help for our Title VI and ADA compliance, putting everything right going on. Then the consent agenda, I don't know if there's any you have questions on. Just real quick, county order to claims vouchers from May 25th to June 14th. Payroll date, which is a week ago today. We have the approval of the second amendment to the local broadband economic development agreement with River City Wireless. Like I stated there, I just want to have a copy of that. I'm happy to make for that. I would give your consensus to remove the porch off the Warrick County Historic Jail. That would do safety issues. Sheriff Stevens took care of that. We have an independent contractor agreement with Sidney Skelton between the Warrick County by and through the Warrick County Health Department. That agreement was for $2,400 a month, commenced May 1st, continues on a month-to-month basis until terminated by either party on written notice. With the other party, those services include promote COVID-19 vaccination, report compliance site visit data in the format required by the Indiana Department of Health, and submit quarterly and annual reports in the format also required by the Indiana Department of Health. We have a peddler solicitor's license for Caitlin Maloney with Southwestern Advantage. She will go door to door, so educational materials in the month of June, July, and August. She's paying that $100 monthly. Lawn contract in the public defender's office, I have no information about that one. Then we have the 2022 Southern Business Machine Mailing System Service Agreement that we received consensus on from the board. We have approved updated GIS layers to Tyler Technologies Incorporated in conjunction with a GIS limited use agreement between the county and Tyler Technologies that was approved back on October 14th of 2019 by the board. Electric to the Judicial Center outdoor lights, LED lights on the west side of the Judicial Center, and Sherry also covered that. Then we have the emergency purchase of air conditioning unit, labor electric for the server room in the Judicial Center. That room is a crucial server room for our computer operations, and the temperature in there is getting dangerously high for that equipment. We've given your consensus on that one.
Put a comment on contract for the public defender's office, so you have no information on that, so comment. is being paid for out of the defender's office. Contract that he would send out.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Roger, that rural broadband is one that's posted by Steve Rothley over its extending that agreement out for River City and Chambers of Public Line Terms.
Okay. The only copy I had says it was dated May 18th, so I assume there's one that's more recent. And then I do have some other items that are over there. Well,
Consent agenda.
they're not under consent.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion.
First and second, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. I have four items, other items for discuss interaction. The first is independent contractor agreement with R2AW Corporation. Andrew emailed us this agreement on June the 10th, and we did state the board approved this in open meeting to retain them. It's the first contract for the retention to the preliminary design stage only for the new Warrick County Jail. It's for $150,000 plus expenses up to $1,500. So we need a motion on that, since it didn't make it to the consent agenda.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah, so this would be, this would be the preliminary design and figuring out what the jail might look like and the plan possibilities are, constraints that space of land, and we're building the jail and something. That would be, they're happy with the contractor agreement that we proposed. We just tacked on their proposal to this. What we agreed to.
Motion for approval. For further discussion.
Further question for Andrew, do you have one for them to sign? I made a double sided, but I can make it.
I don't know, I was just looking to my file.
Would it be okay to sign this one then?
Yes.
It has been signed by Troy Woodruff on behalf of our.
So Terry, is this going to look at locations and try to analyze what location is best for this facility?
Yes.
All right.
Furthermore, solidify some sort of step.
They'll be working with the jail committee quite a bit, trying to figure out what the committee has been thinking and has in mind, and the sheriff, the jail commander, of course, as well, and RQAW would figure out the parameters, what everybody's thinking, and help focus in, help everyone focus in on this.
Feasibility study. Crystallize that the final product was to look at the services. That's
I'll second.
First and second, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Next item is the increase of the per mile bond amount for the road use agreements for paved roads. Bobby's suggestion due to the increase of paving costs.
Excuse me, thank you.
From 100,000 per mile, we reduced that to 130,000. Sherry Severs did prepare a spreadsheet today showing how our bitumen price increases that we've received over 3 different times this year. March, April, and May. So I think that,
June second, we had one feedback.
I'm sorry?
This last one, June second, that was our last one.
Oh, okay. So I saw there were 2 May 6th on the sheet. So this, I'm sorry, this is the one I was trying to get on the census, but it didn't happen, so. They did the information, and I have updated the sheet, the instruction sheet, to reflect that amount per mile.
They're raising price on this one, on this month.
Right.
How far out is this?
I'll do that.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
In the Warrick County Farmers Market, they opened last Saturday, June 4th, over at the Harold Pavilion. They are operating under the old memorandum of understanding. I'd like to, and we were able to comment regarding the status of the update of that, which, as I understand now, it's moving now.
Right. Yeah, so this, we need to figure out with Aaron what exactly they are wanting, for moving out. But I think the agreement that we have with farmers market can be just revised and to move them out. And we'll update it for any changes in law. And if we want to approve a memorandum of understanding, just do this 20 years this week. Roger, what years is that?
Let's see. It's a 5-year MOU.
I think I can have a little clarity that change the comment from the health insurance carrier. Say, a farmer's market is going to operate either living out, which always actually has that piece per se. So that's where that change and runs, always the structure and the organization is the same as it always has been.
Yeah, no, I think the changing to Google now is easy enough. There was some discussion as with Mr. Curtis and so but we could certainly change to the MOU and Southern Council, figuring out the licensing.
Right, and Kim Ashley, she's the president of the Farmers Market. She referred to like several different Indiana Housing Rules Act that will be effective July 1st of this year, so and correct, get approved subject to them incorporating those.
Make a motion to approve the MOU bill now, contingent on council approval of any changes necessary.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Lastly, you, at your May 23rd meeting, you okayed Todd to proceed with drafting a quick claim deed regarding Ted Revolt's desire to obtain a 40-foot strip of ground west north of Charles Avenue and Gulf Avenue intersection located in the county. There's no new access right in the city of Louisville. And I had sent you and council my June 18th was Mark Webb, but it was a package that we sent to Molly, ex-executive director Molly Martin, said that in order to build a house, which I was told by the little place what they want to do, build a house on this strip, build a yard. Molly said that a vacation of the right of way would be needed in order for them to do that. And so I had a message to call Mark Webb this morning. I called, left a message, and I returned the call. So I spoke to Andy,
We reviewed the packet that Mark Benefit sent over. There's a strip of property that you mentioned has been surveyed by Andy Easley, the engineer. Provides a nice legal description of that strip. Mark Benefit also provided a draft quick claim deed for the county that would deed any interest they have in that land. If any, I'm saying you have any, if you do, we deed it over. The legal descriptions don't actually need to update that. But there's nothing in here about updating, right? person there for that. Certainly the county could, if they have no interest anymore in that whole strip, but quit claiming the interest they do have, if they have it. But, there's nothing in this packet that actually shows the county has interest.
I don't think we go back. Goes back a long way. So basically,
What a quit claim, what a quit claim does is just feeds any interest. It's not saying you have any interest, but if you do, you're given it. It's not warranting that you have to be ownership interest.
Again, the mention, one knowledge. Verification. I don't know if it's on it, but. That's all the different comes.
Yes.
so that needs a little description corrected, or it should be read,
Well, you do it again. Even if we did, you see the legal instructions. We need to prove this based on corrections and legal descriptions. Right?
If you changes to the actual introduction as well. You can make a motion to approve the claim being subject to change by council, which includes correcting the legal description, and then the claim deed as having deeding, quit claiming natural real estate, which would be changed to any interest.
I make that motion as stated by council.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Bless you.
First and second.
thank you, Bill, man. That's all I have. Yes, sir.
Next order of business is account.
The only thing we had for you is proposed ordinance for the emergency management chapter ordinances, which we've drafted for you.
Jake wants to do some more with it, or.
Jake, for the record, for county emergency management. Go through it just a little bit, I just have some questions. And then we talk about the questions.
Jay, do not have the most recent copy dates and changes today.
Pardon me? I guess really what I would want to say is just, you get a little background how this kind of works. First off, yes, on page 2 under 3551, I have to ask the department, that's referring to you, or is that referring to the responding department?
Department EMA.
Okay, those are all, you know. So, I don't know that I see anything that makes this a bad thing to do. it may have some redundancy in it as far as what goes on now. So typically what we're going now is if the place of business has reportable quantities of hazardous material, which they have to report through tier 2 system. If they don't have a spill, something coming out the door and going down in the ditch, their first call is 911 from the sheriff's department dispatch. And depending on where it's at, they would dispatch the local fire department. And so local fire department at that point, they would take over scene control, incident command, and if they needed additional resources, then they typically call dispatch and say, we need EMA on site. So at that point, we go to the site, and whatever they was requesting, we would work with them to get those resources. It's more of a reimbursement. I don't know if EMA, we had equipment that would need to be reimbursed as much as it would be with LEPC, being reimbursed for funds they receive. Right now, it was approximately $36,000 in LEPC fund, and that money is used for skills to get something started. Booms, cleaning it, equipment like that.
Things that disposable.
Yeah.
You use them for the whole
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and so what typically happens is after the fire department responds and they go, say they extend all their equipment. When the event is over, they contact the broker who whatever company it is, they have a cleanup crew that would come in and clean that up. And then the fire department would bill back to the insurance company what they use, and typically they pay you from the fire department or any other agency. So, if it's an accident on the highway involving a semi, they'll call the broker and say they have an accident, and they have a clinic crew retained basically, and that clinic crew will respond. When they respond like that, they have to call ID. If it's any quantity over the threshold of whatever particular chemical it is, they have to call ID and nothing more. That's just part of the site. So, as far as recovering costs, I don't know that it's a bad thing to have in place.
So we did I attended the tabletop. I just wanted to make sure that Jake had the proper tools in his toolbox. If he went out and there was, and I know being on the township advisory board, fire departments, they use disposable items, they're able to get reimbursed, bill out, get that. I know how tough Jake's budget can be. I don't have a lot of money. I just wanted to make sure if he spent money out of his budget to protect something and there was an insurance company paying for it, I just wanted that to deal with those disposables to get reimbursed or paid back. So that's all I was trying to
And I think this is a viable ordinance, and I also think it might hit residential and possibly recreational areas, or something might happen, and it might be a good thing to have in place for some things.
I don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, it's in case something did get covered, we use that as a backup to get covered.
My comment would be that, this idea for this one came to us literally from the tabletop after he said, join conducting tabletop, say, oh, by the way, you guys are not going to have an ordinance every cost for these things happen. And I think we all acknowledge this is something we probably won't use ever. However, if there's a circumstance where we respond, it's bankrupt, or they refuse to pay, or nobody accepts liability, which is a rare occurrence, we've got the ability to bring that money back in. When we first talked about it, it wasn't just for Warrick County or East it was for all responding entities in the county. I don't know if that's possible when we draft this. It would be nice if we could just cover everybody with one fell swoop. And then the other detail it's back to is just the I said, it's not, and I didn't realize this, but it's not anything like what it's gonna be like, see. So, I think we need to take a look and just kind of hone in on some of the details and consider it.
Oh, just make it good.
Think it was,
That's satisfactory.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. So we'll make a motion to table the amending the emergency management chapter.
I think I like when you come to our meetings, you know,
What's that?
I said, I like when you come to our meetings, get to know all of them.
Sure.
Okay, next order of business is a county highway engineer.
Thank you. The first item I have is contract with Brooklyn County for the Van Anderson intersection improvement. We put out a request for proposals, score, select a structure point, and basically contract for negotiation to the we don't have that bill. This covers the preliminary engineering, utility coordination, right-of-way engineering, highway services, construction inspection, and public information meeting. And cost equated to $470,000.
So I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
No, you want to do it? Okay, then I'm going to do it. Bobby looked at the contract and felt like there was some costs that were maybe not par with what maybe the industry standards are. Bobby sent that to the Board of Commissioners. We basically said, do what you need to do. I know I made a phone call to Structure Point and said, hey, we got a problem with costs. Bobby's going to be getting in touch, with you guys. And so as a result, Bobby was able to negotiate down 100,000. Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact figure. So 110,000. I know, guys, he could have signed it. He could have said it looked good, but this is the kind of ownership that Bobby takes with his department. That the bottom line is they're saving taxpayers a lot of money, and so basically he just paid for himself for the whole year. So Bobby, I appreciate that. So appreciate what you do and looking out for taxpayer dollars. Thank you.
I would only add the minor details, not the first one.
No, that's true.
So, second.
I make a motion to approve the Structure Point Van Anderson contract.
First and second, all in favor?
All right.
Carries.
All right, now, the last item I have is in regards to the Bell Road, which is the final. We believe it's the final change of the adjustment that we're talking, is the inspecting on that. So this is a 20 reimbursable. And this fixes, goes through all the other projects except for this structure. And this is a total cost of $200,000, which 8%. This finishes out that project. Well, this includes all of those that we have actually paid to go from those issues.
Since everybody all together.
So we approved just the change order here first and then the recommendation. So,
Yes.
motion to change number 15.
First and second, all in favor?
Right.
Motion carries 6-0.
And the final one was the SFA. But it would be very important. And so at this point, trying to
Go on. Where are we at with that one that wasn't happy with the slope? Did we, did that just,
we could slope the over, so.
Drive.
yeah, the lady that had the issue with mowing? Well, I didn't see anything done, so I mean, they just accepted it the way it was. I was just curious. So we need a motion for acceptance. I make a motion to recommend acceptance of the road project.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
That is all I have to do.
Thank you.
Mr. Seaman?
Can I ask something, Mr. President? I want to just explain to people, you know, continue every day, it seems like there's something else that comes up. Debbie Bennett's here, has had certainly some tragedies and challenges in her personal life with her family, but I appreciate what she does on a daily basis and continues to excel in what she does. So Debbie, I thank you for what you do. Terry deals with her mainly, so she is blessed by not having to deal with me. So the other lady who continues to just knock my socks off is Sherry Sievers. Sherry is handling many different projects and in helping Debbie and those teams, just two people that are working together as a team for the betterment of Warrick County. Ladies, I just thank you for what you do every day and the many different things you handle for our office. So I appreciate you both on behalf of all the commissioners. So thank you. That's all I have.
Good job, ladies.
Anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn. Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
About 4:48, there's been